Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been well over a month since I've recorded, and it's just been really kind of hectic and busy, and I have reasons for that, which I will be sharing probably in the next video, I think. So stay tuned to find out what's been going on in my world. But in the meantime, I've actually been struggling to try to come up with a topic, and usually I tell my daughter this all the time. I give my thoughts, I try to incorporate quiet time into my day. Usually when I wake up, I've probably said this on other videos where I try to start my day off, quietly. And it's funny because it's not in those moments that I get my thoughts. It'll be like when I'm taking a shower or when I'm out running or when I'm on the treadmill. And I was out running this morning and that's where I got my thought. And so it never fails. And so, I, like everybody else, I'm home. Y'all know, I think pretty much everybody on this channel knows that I teach at a university, and so we've been mandated to switch all of our courses to online. Matter of fact, at both places that I teach, and so it's been kind of busy and hectic, but then also trying to make sure that my 14-year-old isn't losing her mind staying at home. So, but I'm grateful. I mean, I think we have to do better about trying to find the blessings in the storms that are going to come our way, right? I mean, they're going to come, they're inevitable. But if we're always focused on the negative, which is going to kind of lead me into my topic today, then, you kind of get out of that negative more negative, right? And so you got to count your blessings. I was telling Jaden earlier that hey, we got to count our blessings that we have been home and we have a home to be in. So many people don't, guys, and so many people are stuck elsewhere. Maybe had a trip planned, God knows how long ago, and just by sheer coincidence or bad luck or whatever you believe in, found themselves out the country at a time where now is not the time to be out the country. So I hope you're able to find the blessing in your storm, guys, and know that if you're able to watch this video, that's a blessing because it tells me you have a cell phone, and that tells me you got some money to pay your cell phone bill. So, I mean, there's a blessing there, guys, and you got to stay lighthearted with this. I mean, if we're going around being angry and mad and all this sort of stuff, we're going to breed what we're putting out there, right? And so let me just move into my topic. As you can see on my title, love thy neighbor, right? Sounds like a sermon scripture, I know, but it's very appropriate for what's happening right now. And so you guys know, I stay off social media. It's hard to, I usually put boundaries on how much I check the news, but, kind of out of necessity, I've had to check the news a little bit more, but I need to go back to putting my boundaries up because I can feel it like just, it's just negative and it's so much and it's overwhelming. And so, but, even though I'm off social media, I mean, I know what's going on and I see the news comments and I see how people are talking to each other online and different, things that pop up. So, I mean, I get what's happening, right? I'm not in a bubble, but I just, choose not to partake in, different realms of social media. But and then I listen to satellite radio, so I'll hear the DJs saying certain things. So I get the attitude and what's happening and all of these different things. And so the thing that came to me, like I said, the title came to me while I was running, Love Thy Neighbor. And what do I mean by that right now, guys? Let me ask you a question because what's been, I will say this, there is a neighborhood website that exists and I do get those emails because sometimes there's worthwhile stuff on, what's happening in our like HOA stuff and whatnot. But man, it's just been mind blowing to me to see people blaming everybody else, right? So the sociologist in me is like, just like on fire because as it's in sociology we study group behavior and patterns and how people interact with one another. So I'm just like so fascinated by what's happening right now, but I'm also saddened by what's happening because people are so angry and blaming, and you have to get to a point where you stop and say, okay, it can't just be everybody else, right? Because we like to have a self-bias and think we're the ones that aren't contributing to the issues, right? And it can't, that just doesn't logically make sense, right? When every person walking around is walking around saying it's everybody else, at some point, it's got to be all of us, right? I mean, yesterday, I had to make my store run. I mean, just because I'm running out of necessities that we have. Yeah, I'm running out of toilet paper. I mean, that's just something we all use all the time. And I mean, am I the idiot that I hear people referring to because I had to go to the store and get some toilet paper? I mean, it's just, I was having all these thoughts, and I hope that's making sense in the sense that, again, every single one of us, a lot of times we like to be self biased and say, it's not me, it's everybody else. But at some point, it can't just be everybody else, right? So as I think about that, and I think about like all the examples I can pull from what's happening and how I tie this into my class, I also just got sad and thought about, again, how people are saying negative things about people, making what other people do their business, as opposed to saying, you know what? I don't know what's going on with that person. Can I help them in some way? Like, disasters are supposed to make us come closer to one another, not start calling each other, names and, pointing fingers and all of these different things. I mean, God help our marginalized population of disabled and elderly and, just having to deal with all the craziness that's happening right now. So I would implore you to take a step back, right? I want to say I've done a video before where we're focus on you, right? Because when we start focusing on everyone else, we make other people, we're walking around mad at other people. But why? What? It's going to sound like something we tell our kids, right? But worry about yourself, right? We should be worrying about ourselves, but not in a selfish, narcissistic sort of way, but in a way to where, I take care of myself, I'm gonna take care of my family, we go out and we get necessities as we need them, and we're gonna be okay, and that's gonna be fine, and we're not gonna walk around being angry and making what other people do our business. Also, love thy neighbor means, hey, can we check on each other a little bit more? Can we make sure that people are okay? Can we stop being so angry at people? Can we stop blaming and pointing fingers and saying, hey, we obviously have a national disaster and crisis right now. What can I do to help my neighbor? Even if your neighbor is able-bodied, could you imagine if your neighbor left a pack of toilet paper on your door without even just saying, just thought you might, need some? That might be kind of weird. Don't do it with toilet paper, but, or just something, right? To say, you know what, I'm looking out for you, but we got to stop being so angry and pointing the finger at everybody right now. And I can't wrap my mind around how we can just keep going around and, saying negative things about people in a time where we should actually be coming together. So I encourage you, love thy neighbor, okay? Look for somebody you can help in this instance instead of us always looking to help ourselves. That is probably one of the most selfish and narcissistic behaviors that we could do right now. Try to help somebody else, I mean, man, that's just should be a life lesson for all of us. So I hope you will find time to love your neighbor, thy neighbor, in the next few days, next few weeks. We don't know how long all of this is going to last. So I hope we don't spend our time just being angry and pointing the finger and, name calling. There's no place for that right now. So I wish you all wellness and safety and healthiness. I can't go to the gym. None of us can. The gym is closed. So I hope, we can all find new ways to stay healthy, go for a walk. My daughter and I, she's missing softball season, so we're all playing catch and, going for a walk. So there's things that we can do. It's a good time to explore something new, right? All right, guys, that's it for now. Stay tuned in the next few weeks, because like I said, I do have announcement about certain things that I've been working on that I can't wait to share with you. So I wish you a wonderful week, guys, and an even safer weekend. And I pray all is well, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video.